but you never reach a perfect circle because perfect circles don't actually exist. I look like I'm curved, but I'm made with little rectangle cells. And when you get down to the quantum level, everything becomes these little tiny triangles and hexagons, which is the same shape as that flower of life. And so it shows, and that's what math is. Math is when you graph equations, you're graphing equations on a grid. And so this shows that space-time is a grid just like a television screen. It's just the resolution is trillions upon trillions of times higher, but still it's very similar to a television, which is why in the holographic universe principle, they call space-time the holographic screen.
Mm. Well, and this is where we really intersect. And this is why I was so drawn to having you on, because my work is in consciousness. So it's understanding reality from the quantum perspective. And a lot of I have a mixed understanding of things that I've learned from other people and their experiences, but then also my own experiences where I'm seeing reality as a geometric patterns, as colors, as repeating patterns
Yes.
in my inner world. And it feels as real as what we're used to in the physical, but because you don't share it with other people, it can be hard to explain. It can be hard to understand. And so this is what you're studying with, and what you're proving with math is this quantum space. And like you say, the holographic universe, which then relates to consciousness. And there's such, like you and I have talked a couple of times and gone pretty deeply. And we keep coming back to, we're saying the same thing.
Yes.
But you see it with numbers and physics, really, and quantum physics. And I just see it as a different kind of reality. And one thing I do want to dive into a little bit more of the math and the black holes and the Hawking's radiation and things like that. But as you talk about pixels, I'm curious, especially with people who are watching, because I think about this, where if I'm looking in the room that I'm in, you can see the color of my wall. I have a neutral color wall, but if I look at the wall, it's like the neutral color, the beigey gray kind of thing is what my brain decides is the overall color. But if I look at it more intently, it is made up of all these speckles of light, of color, and they're not beigey gray. There are blues in there. There are purples in there. There are greens. And it's almost like I've made this agreement with my physical eyes that like, I'm going to ignore that stuff. And I'm just going to see this bigger color. And I'd love to hear if you have this.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about this exact thing, same thing too. And that's the thing between quantum mechanics and relativity. And so it's called an emergent behavior. Where you are, how big you are, and how you are moving relative to what you're looking at defines what it is to you. And the easiest way to think about that is if we are all looking at your television screen right now, your television screen is made of pixels, but every pixel on your screen is only playing red, blue, and green. That's it. So if you zoom in real close and look at the pixels on your screen with a magnifying glass, you'll see that there's nothing but red, blue, and green at different intensities. But when you zoom away from the television, all those wavelengths overlap and blend as an emergent behavior and become the rainbow. But still, when you're looking at your screen, the screen itself has nothing but red, blue, and green, yet we're all seeing all these different colors right now because a different behavior emerges from the sum of the histories of all the waves that they're averaging.
Wow.